Did you ever ask yourself on which skins you should spend your hardly earned style tickets at Squadbusters? Well, in today's video I'm gonna show you all the skins you can purchase for style tickets, and I will tell you which ones I can recommend and which ones I cannot recommend at all. And with that said, thank you everybody for being here again, really appreciate it. If someone else is new here, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for free to my channel. Before we hop into today's video, a little bit of a disclaimer. This video is based on my own opinion, and for sure you can have a different one. Feel free to share it down below in the comments. Right next to me you already can see the fandom wiki skins page, which is featuring all the units which are there in existence plus the skins we got so far. For now it was looking pretty legit and I didn't see any differences to my knowledge to the skins. But still, there can be issues, and if there's any issues, just write it down below in the comments. So we're gonna jump all over those units and I will rate all these skins which are up for sale for the tickets, and will tell you my honest opinion which ones I would go for. So I've created a little overview for these skins, dividing them into a must-have, so the skins I obviously would purchase, some nice-to-have skins which I would purchase if I have some tickets in spare, and the ones which I would better not purchase. And one fact I can definitely recommend to everybody there: have a good buffer of tickets. You never know when Supercell will release anything where we could spend our tickets on, which would maybe boost the brokers or whatever. I mean, they are style tickets, so most likely not, but there still can be new things you would prefer over those skins. So I personally have on my free-to-play account a good buffer of around 2000 tickets which I'm not spending on skins. So let us start straight with the Wizard Opera skin, which is a pretty new one, and I really like that one. The sound cue of that skin when you get that unit is pretty cool, and for me this is a must-have. As next we got the Street Magic Wizard, and that one actually is not too much difference to the standard wizard, and I would even prefer the standard look of the wizard, so I would not go for that skin. Right here we got the Kitsune Witch skin, which is definitely not my favorite one, but a really nice looking one. As next we got skins for the Epic Witch, and well, the epic ones we are not playing too often, but still this is a pretty cool skin, but for me that is a nice to have skin since I'm not playing the witch at all. The same counts for the Kimono Witch skin, which is definitely a nice looking one, but also for the epic unit, and I think that those two skins are pretty even. Coming as next to the trader, where we got the Spooky Trader skin. It was free and it is now considered to be available for tickets, and this one, especially because of the sound, is personally for me a must-have, and that's why we placed them on the upper tier. As next we got the Street Trader here, which was supposed to be a mega unit and then got released for sale for tickets, and I don't like this one too much, so for me there's a nice sound, yeah, I can see it, but I personally, it's a nice to have one. I would prefer for sure the spooky one, so this one is definitely a nice to have one if you're a collector, and since you can only use one skin, it would be just for the collection. But the trader is for sure a common unit which you're using pretty often, so the trader in general is something I can recommend, and then it is up to you if you prefer this one over the spooky one or vice versa. Coming as next to the Shelly, and it is of course the magical Shelly skin, which is coming also from the mega units, and this one is a nice one for me, and since the Shelly is a common unit and this is the only skin for her at the moment, I would rate her as a must-have. Right here we got the Astro Penny skin, which got teased in-game already but did not get released so far. I personally would even spend some coins on her, because that's the only penny skin up for sale for tickets right now, and I really like this one, and I'm super curious to see if there's any sound for her. Right here we got the Pam Buster skin, which was in the free pass and should be now in the future available for tickets. And well, Pam is not being played too often, but I generally really like that skin, so I would rate this more likely as a nice to have. And for sure, if you are a Pam enjoyer, it's the only Pam skin at the moment for tickets, I can recommend you to purchase it. As next we got one of the coolest skins in game, and it is the Nita Tanuki. I guess it's spelled like that skin, and this one is a real nice one. Now the sad thing is I am not playing the Nita at all, so if I have a limited amount of tickets I would not straight purchase her, but I would consider her to have it. So I would consider her there, but I would consider her nice to have. Right here we are at the Mortis skin, and even though this is an epic unit, guys, I love this skin and this is still for me one of the best skins in game. And since this one is available for tickets, this would be a must-have. Even though I'm not playing the Mortis too often, well, on the new worlds I can definitely recommend you to use them. Absolutely choose a Megusa skin. As next we're coming to one of the two medic skins. This is the robot medic one. And I really like this one and prefer it over the other one I'm gonna show you in a second. And since the medic can be used sometimes, it's a nice to have. And it is pretty similar to the PAM. Since there are two skins here for the medic, I think I still consider this one nice to have. And I spent even real money on it on the bundle. But for me, this is a really nice skin. Unlike this one here. I don't know, the Team Tough one, I don't like it too much. I purchased them back in the days, also the Mavis one, but for me, I don't like them too much. Are there some Team Tough enjoyers out there? Please write it down below in the comments. Coming as next to Max, and we got here right now the Astromax, and this would be absolutely a no-brainer for me. I would definitely purchase that one again, even though it's an epic unit, but Max is for me like an insta pick unless I have a Hawk Rider and there is some other juicy epic unit showing up. But for me, this is still a really nice skin, which I can recommend to go for. Coming as next to Mavis, and we got there the Team Tough Mavis as well as the Tour Guide Mavis. And actually, this one I don't like too much, so I would not, or at least cannot recommend to purchase her. And the same counts actually for the Tour Guide. I don't like that skin at all. Looks like a Twitch collaboration skin with all those colors there. But for me, nothing I would spend my tickets on. Coming now to a skin which did not get released but got teased to us. It's the Froggy skin for Leon. And well, it's an epic unit, it's an okay skin, kinda mid, so nothing I must have, but more like a nice to have if I would have the tickets, since it's in generally a clean skin. As next we got the Hawk Rider Pool Party skin, and considering that I would have not the purchased one, the spooky one, I think I would go for this one. And also, well, we are using that Hawk Rider so often, and that's why I consider this one as a must-have skin. But it could be replaced in the future by a different Hawk Rider skin if there is a second one up for tickets to buy. Coming to the Heavy Werewolf, and well, even though I've purchased that one, I don't like this one too much, and I definitely prefer the Wizard one which we got there this year for Halloween. And I'm not using Heavy at all, even though it's a common unit, and that's why I would not purchase it. Here we are at the first skin which got released. It is the Ninja Goblin, and well, since it is the only one, it's a nice to have. Because I don't like it too much. When it first got released, for sure I hyped that skin, but nowadays I have a little different opinion on that one. And I really hope that we can see some nice Golden Goblin skin for the future. Now we're coming to El Primo, the El Tigre skin. And well, this is still for me a juicer skin I really like and I would go for. Primo, I'm not playing him too often, but with the latest buff, making his ability available more often, or with the latest 2 buffs of him, I kinda like the style of how you can play the El Primo, and I can definitely recommend you to try him out. Coming now to Cold Werewolf here, and you guys are totally right. This one reminds me on Mortis, but for a skin, I don't really like it. It could be a nice to have, but in my personal opinion, I don't like it. And the same counts kinda for the Reto one. This is, for me personally, even worse than the other one. And even though I'm playing Cold pretty often, I would go there for the standard look, since this one is, for me, impersonating the Cold as best at the moment. But who knows, maybe there's a nice skin in the future. Now we are already up to the chicken, and we got for sure the Dragon Chicken skin here, with the crazy funny sound. And this is actually for me the hardest unit to rate, since this one is already nice and I would take it. And the Black Belt, well, we got it with a free event. It's also a very nice skin, and they are pretty even for me. I would also rate this as a must-have, but since I will only go for one, as we have a limited amount of tickets, I will rate this as the nice-to-have. So if we have enough tickets, I would go for it. Coming now to the Bow Kyoto skin. And well, what should I say about that bow? I know a lot of guys hate that unit, but I love that unit. On the other side, I don't really like that skin. And knowing that many of you are not playing that unit, I would not go for it. Coming as next to the stack, B, Beetle skin, and this is such a cute one for me. And since I love to play the B and play her really often, I'm going for that skin. Right here, we got the Battle Healer, and this is an absolute chooser skin in my opinion. It's the Infernal Battle Healer, which, if I'm not wrong, was there in the free pass and should be up for tickets if you missed it back in the days, and I would rate it as a must-have. We already at the Barbarian King, and well, this one is such a clean skin. I really love to play. For sure, I'm preferring the one from the purchasable pass, the skeleton one, but this one, considering being available for tickets, I would be up for taking it. And guys, there is no one out there completely dodging the BK. It's such a great unit. That's why it's a must-have. As next, we are coming to the Robot Barbarian, and the Barbarian is one of the best commons to pick, especially for fighting, and for me, this was the best skin of the Robot series. I know a lot of guys of you have a different opinion on it, but I really like this one, and that's why I would definitely go for this skin. Next, we got another skin for the Sunburn Barbarian, and this is not even nice to have for me. It was originally also a mega unit, but I don't like that skin at all, so I would not go for it. Furthermore, we got one skin here for the Archer Queen, and this was also the Robot one, and they look so refreshing and clean that I would also go for this one, also because I'm playing the Archer Queen pretty often. So if we sum it up now, we got there 14 skins as a must-have. And well, that will be most likely too much to purchase all. So I can definitely recommend you go for the units you're playing the most. It does not help you if you buy a skin for a unit you're never playing, so you won't see the skin in-game. And that's why I would prefer the commons over the rares and over the epics, just from those ones you are playing permanently, since the commons are the ones easy to access in the game. Rares coming in more likely at 2 minutes, and the epic ones are coming more likely in the last minute. But also, you can see BK, Archer Queen being such a good unit that I would prefer them a little bit over the Trader or a Max there for sure, and over the Mortis, knowing that those skins are also nice. So what are your thoughts on those skins, and did we miss anything? Please write it down below in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching, and happy busting!